welcome. Chapter 1. The Commodity of Kings. The great end of life is not knowledge, but action. Thomas Henry Huxley. 2 words describe what this book is about. Producing results. To me, success is the ongoing process of striving to become more. The road to success is always under construction, and by applying the technology in this book, I was able to produce astonishing results in a very short period of time. The power to magically transform our lives into the greatest dreams lies waiting within us all. It's time to unleash that power. Power is a very emotional word for many people and has a negative connotation for some people. But to me, ultimate power is the ability to produce the results you desire most and create value for others in the process. Real power is shared, not imposed. It's the ability to define human needs and fulfill them both and the needs of the people you care about. Although we're in an information age, information is not enough to produce the results we want. Knowledge is only potential power. Action is what unites every success. For me, real power is the ability to act. The results we get in life is determined by how we communicate to ourselves. In the modern world, the quality of life is the quality of communication. What we picture and say to ourselves, how we move and use the muscles of our bodies and our facial expressions will determine how much of what we know we will use. We all produce 2 forms of communication from which the experience of our lives is fashioned. First, we conduct internal communications, those things we picture, say, and feel within ourselves. The level of success you experience internally, the happiness, joy, ecstasy, love, or anything you desire is the direct result of how you communicate to yourself. How you feel is not the result of what is happening in your life. It is the interpretation of what is happening. Nothing has any meaning except the meaning we give it through our internal communication. Secondly, we experience external communications, words, tonalities, facial expressions, body postures, and physical actions to communicate with the world. Every communication we make, internal and external, is an action, a cause set in motion, and that cause produces an effect. You might think of the process of producing emotional states by managing your internal communication as being similar to a director's job. To produce the precise results he or she wants, the director of a movie manipulates what you see and hear. Likewise, if you can learn to manipulate your internal movie, you will be able to create the external results you want in your life. You're already producing results. They just may not be the results you desire. Most of us think of our mental states and most of what goes on in our minds as things that happen outside our control. But the truth is, you can control your mental activities and your behaviors to a degree you never believed possible before. If you're depressed, you created and produced the scene in the movie you call depression by the way you communicated to yourself internally with your mind and body. Take specific actions to produce depression or ecstasy or any emotional state. Learning to manipulate these actions will lead you to control your emotions and your behavior. You can run your brain as skillfully as Steven Spielberg runs his set. Each chapter of this book deals with some aspect of how to run your brain. And welcome back. We're now going to look at unlimited power, the commodity of kings, for vocabulary, for expressions, for pronunciation, word stress, and anything else that's interesting. So let's begin with the title, The Commodity of Kings. Okay. One little word actually that comes up a lot is success. I often find that many learners put the stress on the wrong side of that word, success. Second syllable for the word stress on that word, success. Again, in the first line, striving, verb to strive, is a common, a highly frequent word actually in business. To strive means generally to work very, very hard for something. So if you're working to a deadline, you're doing a lot of hours every day, every week, you are striving. So it's working hard for something that you want, the process of striving to become more. At the end of the paragraph, we have this word unleash. It's time to unleash that power. That means to let something go, to unlock it, to let it free, basically. Interesting on the word emotional. This is the first line of the second paragraph. Power is a very emotional word. We've got a T in the spelling of emotional, but the pronunciation is most definitely SH. So crazy English spelling. It's Motional, but it's actually pronounced as an SH, emotional word. Again, in the same line, a negative connotation. That's actually a kind of expression. A negative connotation means a negative association. And the word connotation is only really used, I think, with negative or positive. Primarily negative as well. So a negative connotation, a positive connotation, meaning an association. And right at the bottom, we have this important line by Tony Robbins: the quality of life is the quality of communication. Quite a profound statement. I agree. But we're interested in the English language of the word, and I want you to look at the word communication. The stress in this word, communication, is over the A syllable and vowel sound at the end, communication. Make sure you get the word stress in that right position. Moving on to the second page. Let's look at this expression. Many adjectives here. The level of success you experience internally, the happiness, joy, ecstasy, love, or anything you desire. Ecstasy is a word that means extreme joy. So he's mentioned the word happiness, joy. Ecstasy is like extreme, super hyper joy. Interpretation. Again, one of these high frequency words. Make sure you get the word stress in the right place. Interpretation. If we move to the word manipulate, this is an interesting word. The director of a movie manipulates what you see and hear. And Tony's used it again in the next sentence. Likewise, if you can learn to manipulate your internal movie. So what does this word manipulate mean? It means really to control to a certain extent. Certainly to influence. It's a bit more than influence. It's more like control. It's not complete domination, it's not complete control, but it does mean to have control, considerable control.